I'm gonna say looks are subjective. These looks on this wing, whatever, depends even myself. Some days I like it, some days I don't. Other than that, let's get started on this. The ZL1 1LE, I myself tried to get one. I'm not gonna downplay, I'm not gonna discount or talk bad about this package at all because I really wanted one myself. My dealer couldn't get one and ran out of time. It is what it is. I do believe that a lot of the capability in the cornering and the lateral grip, the G-forces that are accumulated from this car are derived from the suspension and the bigger footprint and the 100, well, I'm just gonna say the stickier compound tire that comes on the car stock. This wing is very small. There's not a lot of real estate to it. And I understand that this wing was co-designed by Pratt & Miller. Chevrolet wanted to co-develop this wing with. I don't know 100% what they were restrained or restricted to for packaging, but I've heard through the rumor mill that there were a couple restrictions which heavily influenced the wing. Doesn't matter. The end result, the produced product is what we had to deal with. And you know, for $7,500, I still think that this was a freaking bargain, man. But once you turn around and try to buy this wing from GM, the MSRP is $5,999 or $95, whatever. $6,000. Let's just call it $6,000. Man, I'm telling you, this wing, it is a rip at this point. So you can just Google it. Is it carbon fiber? No, but I have seen this wing, exact replica of it, as low as like $315 or whatever. It's non-adjustable. We're gonna get to the downforce numbers here in just a little bit, but it's not adjustable. You bolt it on and what it is what it is. Now for some, that's okay, and for some, that's not. Well, I honestly hope the majority of you, it's not. I'm just gonna compare the ZTK package on the C7 ZR1. Now, the numbers were finicky, and I don't understand what's up with these manufacturers trying to run these cars all out and then testing the downforce numbers. It reminds me of dyno numbers and peak numbers. It's not applicable, and I'm gonna get to that here in a little bit too. But the C7 ZR1, the 2019, made over 1,000 pounds of downforce. It had to be doing over 200 to get that. When you're talking growth of downforce from, 25, 30, 50, 60 miles an hour, low speed to high speed, it is an exponential growth. Exponential growth, it ramps up quick and it ramps up a lot. I do believe that the ZR1 wing, the ZTK package, at lower speeds, about 186 miles an hour, it was producing 734 pounds of downforce, so which is still, over double of what the ZL1 1LE was doing. I understand that the Camaro is going to have to stand in the Corvette shadow, which is bullshit, I think, entirely. Nonetheless, I think 300 pounds was a joke. Switching gears over to Mopar, the 2016 Dodge Viper ACR, that thing got 1,750 pounds of downforce. And when you ramp the speed up to 177, it produced 2,000 or just under. If that doesn't tell you, or if that's not a clear indicator that the Camaro got hosed quite a bit, I don't know what's gonna. 300 pounds of downforce at 150 miles an hour, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculously low, and I believe that this was oversold. And then they got the gall or the nerve to spin around and charge you $6,000. $6,000 to buy this wing through GM Performance. Now, if you look at that same ad, if you zoom in, it says 284% increase over the standard wing with a 9% increase in drag. Now, the drag, I'm gonna leave out of it. I'm not gonna touch base on that because everybody knows the bigger and gaudier and more traction and more downforce you're gonna get, the more drag it's gonna produce. So it's gonna go up as well. 284% from the standard wing. We can actually figure out what the original wing made if we take the ZL1 1LE, which was 300, and divide it by 2.84, because we're just moving that decimal point over 2, comes out to be about 106 pounds of downforce. Now that's at 150. That's a difference of 194 pounds. That's what everybody's making a big deal out of. 194 pounds difference at 150 miles an hour. Now I came across this website that gives you a formula, exactly how to calculate downforce through all kinds of aero, whether it's gonna be the canards, you know, any splitters, you know, anything that you're gonna add to a car to produce downforce. This is a perfect formula for it. And if you look, it gives you an, I'm actually gonna leave the equation out of it, but if you scroll down, you'll be able to see examples of lower speeds, what that downforce of lower numbers translates to at higher speeds. And it kind of gives you an idea of exactly what's going on here. The regular wing and the ZL1 1LE wing coming to a difference of 194 pounds. That's kind of a joke to me. That's kind of a joke. I don't really think it's worth bragging about. It's a 4,000 pound car. 4,000 pound car, and I'm telling you, if you really want to produce a lot of downforce, one, you need a bigger foil, a bigger wing. You need a low drag airfoil to cut through the air that will actually scoop the air up on to the rear wing. And also, you gotta push it back further than the trunk. So the rear axle is gonna be kind of like the pivotal point or the fulcrum. Honestly, if you're going to be trying to get maximum downforce, there's a lot of aftermarket companies making a better downforce than this wing does. I don't see a whole lot of freaking races or corners being taken at 150 or nowhere near. So, I mean, you know, they might get into triple digit speeds, but for a split second, nobody's sustaining that 150 miles an hour. So it's gonna be less. No, you can't convince me that this wing is worth $6 grand of my hard-earned money, which now it's on sale or whatever, you can get it for $5. Still entirely too much. We got other hands in the cookie jar. You know, GM's trying to make their markup they're killing, of course, and then they're gonna have to pay Pratt & Miller royalties, I'm sure. All in all, as a package, the downforce, I really don't think it's worth bragging about. I think we got screwed as Camaro owners, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's dead and it's in the books now, but I honestly think that they could have did the Camaro better. Even if they ramped it up to 500-600 pounds, that'd still be less than the C7 Corvette, and everybody should have walked away a little bit happier. For an OE package, I really can't defend Camaro on this one being an extreme aero package. So to me, personally, an extreme aero or extreme track package, 300 pounds of downforce at 150 miles an hour is falling way, way short. Other than that, I really hope you guys are having an awesome day. Take care. Until the next video, see you then. Later.